to understand how painful it is to be reminded every day that your race means nothing. And that isn't the case anymore. That is never the case anymore.
Guys, and welcome to Little Black Book. You know what time it is. Hey, we're going to talk to you guys about Boyega once more, but we're going to talk about him and Seth Rogen and talk about the fact that, yeah, this is what we're talking about, the lower levels of white supremacy and how it actually infects our day-to-day livelihood. Yeah, so make sure if you're new to the channel, make sure you do me and do yourself a favor. Click on that like button right now and share and subscribe to the channel, baby. Click on that bell button. Know when you get the uploads, baby. And for those of you returnees, you already know the motto. You got the minerals. You got the minerals. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, cool. So it seems I'm talking about Boyega the most. Yes, because my guy is shelling, and I love the fact that he's shelling and he's creating waves. But right now, I want to talk about something because I think I spoke about this when I spoke about Diana. I spoke about when I spoke about Meghan Markle and Harry and how the press is geared towards being subtly racist, right? And some people might not like that word, discriminatory. Maybe that'll make it easier for your ears. But the press, oftentimes, the media, present coverage of things intentionally spinning a narrative and a yarn in order to get, number one, headlines, but two, also to demonize black people. Because it seems to be profitable to demonize black people because white people shut it up. We don't like it. Fam, we're the ones being affected by it. We don't like it, but it seems like there's a demographic that seem to enjoy the fact that black people seem to be underfoot. Now, I know some white people might read this and say, that's not the case, da, 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 da. But let's look at the evidence. Okay, so when we look at this Huffington Post by Daniel, what's his name? Sorry, let me call him out. Daniel Walsh. Okay, Daniel Walsh. He actually responded, by the way, and actually apologized and actually changed the heading. Not to anything better. But let's just look at it. There was a post by Bola Ajbaje who actually called it out and said, do you see the small differences in headlines? Why didn't Boyega headline state he wins praise before focusing on the negative? The difference in reporting are the small things that led to the big things. And what I loved about this is that fact that it's very, very clear. In Boyega's headline, it says, Boyega dismisses claim he's using his platform to sprout hate against white people. Keep your dirty mouth shut. Then put in Seth Rogen. Seth Rogen wins praise for non-nonsense response to all lives matter comments. Basically, Seth Rogen in his particular post put Black Lives Matter and said F you to anybody who's saying the opposite. And in the comments, he's saying F you to a lot of people, right? So using foul language, everything like that, we're now praising it. But when Boyega decides to obviously use a rant and say some foul language words in it, talking about Black Lives Matter, suddenly there's negative. That is very, very clear. If we're doing the same thing and you are getting praised, but I am getting negatively bashed in the press, that should let you know wagwan. If this was an isolated case, I would say nothing, right? If this was an isolated case, I would say nothing. If this was an isolated case, he wouldn't have come and apologized. Yeah, because Daniel Walsh apologized. In fact, let's have a look at it. We can have a look at it and see what he said. You know, this is exactly what we're talking about, where we're talking about the institutional racism. It just permeates everything. Daniel came on and said, truly all that I can say is that I'm sorry, and the points that have been made about the two news stories that were written by me today are all justified. To the people who are angry, you're completely right to be, and I hear ya. He changed it now and says, he changed the original thing. He said, also, I totally agree with Bola's original point. The language we used to speak about the small things does feed into a much wider problem. This is something I will be more mindful of in my future reporting. And it's the whole point, is that, why did he do that? Why did he start that way? Like, if it's obvious that racism is wrong, if it's obvious that discrimination is wrong, why did he do it that way? Because subtle racism, okay, it's covert, yeah? And it's easier to get away with because some people pretend and be ignorant of it, right? Until we start spotting it and start hotting you up. That's the real spit. Like, what I'm seeing now is a case of the fact that we're calling people to account. Like, we couldn't reach people like Daniel Walsh before. Our voice couldn't be heard. It wouldn't carry to people like Daniel Walsh before, who wrote newspaper articles for Huffington Post. It wouldn't carry before. But now, obviously with online technology, we can reach you. We can reach you and shut it down. Stop it. Yeah? Because all of this is a contribute. Like, someone might say, well, he's not saying niggas, he's not killing you. But this is all contributing towards a culture that allows the killing and the niggas calling to be able to proceed. Yeah? Why are the police force allowed to kill us then? It's a culture. Yeah? A culture which is a set of norms of behavior and attitudes that have been permeated through society that continue to go on and on and on and on through different mindsets of individuals. And so when people do certain things, they don't get checked for it because it's culture. It's normal. But the word culture is taken from the word cult, meaning that now, obviously, you get to control the narrative, and we are all in a system where we are serving a certain deity. What is it? Money. But that other deity is that there are many people who are hidden in the shadows. That's what the Bible says. We wrestle against not flesh and blood, but against principalities, powers, and spiritual wickedness in high places. What we are facing is not just flesh and blood, it's spiritual. But when you write an article and it's in the flesh, we're going to check you in the what? Flesh. We are tired of this narrative where you feed that black people are not good enough, black people are not worthy enough, black people don't deserve the praise, black people can never do no right. We're not having it this season 2020. I'm sorry. We are not bowing down to that no more. Okay? We can reach you. We can reach you. So we appreciate Daniel Walsh for retracting, but again, it just highlights the fact that if Daniel Walsh is doing this, what other news writers are also doing it? This is what I'm saying, like, it's not enough not to be racist. We need you to be anti-racist. I love it. Yeah, Paul Logan said it, but someone else actually said it before him. It's not enough to be just not racist. We need you to be anti-racist. That means you shut down all your friends that say slightly racial tones or anything like that. You shut down things that are going to help perpetuate a culture of racism. You shut down inconspicuous words that are leaning towards something that you know that is racial. Like you shut all of it down. Every time it comes up, you shut it down because that's not what you're about. It's not what you're about. You feel me? So all of this is part and parcel of it. You know, we're in a digital age now. What COVID has allowed us to do now is that we're in close quarters. No one can run nowhere. You can't run nowhere. We're on the same boat, my guy. You understand? You got to face me face to face now. Yeah? So some of this, you see, a lot of the times when these people write these articles, they're not face to face with black people. They're not face to face. If they were, and the person saw it and said something to them, they would be absolutely flabbergasted at some of the language that they use to describe us. You see, so people can even help the motive, can help the movement, can push things forward and have still negative mindsets and still hold anti-black mindsets. Do you understand? So for me, we're discussing about this issue around race. Let me even look at the one he chose it. They changed it now to John Boyega applauded for shutting down claim he's using his platform to spout hate against white people. And so it's like, you know, why is it this? I mean, even if it's still not good enough. Like John Boyega applauded for shutting down claim he's using his platform to spout hate against white people. You see, so again, it makes it a narrative now that he's trying to spew hate against white people. Yeah, he's like, again, applauded for shutting down claim he's using. Like, fam, why have you not done for Seth Rogen? Why have you not said that Seth Rogen has been applauded for shutting down white people? Huh? Why have you not said that? Because that's what most of the people who are saying all lives matter are usually white. Here, that's what they are. When I go through Seth Rogen's list, most people saying that all lives matter stuff are white people. So why are you not saying Seth Rogen is shutting down white people? Narrative. Why? Because it's not profitable to say another white person is shutting down another white person, is it? It's good to perpetuate hate because it brings money for you guys. This is a very disgusting system that many people don't know the small nuances that are contributing towards what we saw with George Floyd. You see, many people don't like the word rape because it insinuates that they have an image in their head of what rape is, which is aggressive, grabbing somebody out of the bush and raping them, right? That's what they think of. But rape is about consent or not. You understand? It can be between a husband and wife. It can be between a boyfriend and girlfriend. Consent is literally, I said no, but you decide to go on. You understand? And the different aspects of that. But because obviously we say rape and it's got a mental image of something so aggressive. And the same thing with racism. We say racism and people think something so aggressive, but not realizing there's a scale to it. Do you feel me? So we're tired and we're not accepting it no more. Thank you. Daniel Walsh, don't print something like this again. Hold yourself accountable. Don't print something like that again. If you couldn't say it to my face, don't say it. At all. You feel me? Guys, like, share, and subscribe. Appreciate y'all guys. Peace.